I'm trying this new nitro cold brew coffee from Starbucks, and they're in the cans, so everyone gets to hear me open this. And the last one I had sounded really cool, so ASMR for everyone. Oh my god, it exploded! Why does it tell you to shake? It tells you to shake it. It exploded. And then it says pour in a glass. But wow, it exploded. They tell you to shake it. It says shake.
That was one hell of a noise right there.
Okay, wow, that'll wake you up. I don't need to drink this coffee now. Wow. Oh, okay.
I like how you're wearing a Smokey the Bear shirt too. Dude, look at hey, prevent forest fires.
Hey, we're just what's it called? We're just preaching over here.
we're just two dudes with some microphones and some facial hair.
Oh, there's coffee on your face. Hold on. Okay.
Did you get it? Hello, everybody. Welcome to History of Popcorn. I'm Justin.
And I'm Elijah.
And this is your secret public movie club.
Woo!
Filled with so many surprises and awful DCOM original movies.
Yeah.
We also talk about Pauly Shore. We're trying to make it into a thing where we talk about how much we love Phil Lord and Chris Miller, how much we're terrified of Zac Efron's face, which I have a picture of. And how Pauly Shore is very sad, and we want to help him. And that's pretty much it. And then we sprinkle some movie news around.
There was one more thing. I forgot what it was. Damn it, I was gonna say something, but you made me laugh. Oh well. I guess it
I have that effect on people.
What was it? Oh yeah, we don't like Zach Braff.
Yes, and we don't like Zach Braff. Yeah, fuck Zach Braff.
It's funny, his podcast episodes air on the same day as ours, so I like to use him.
He's on it. He's on us. It's just because
stealing
Alex
our
Inc.
thunder
didn't work. His TV show Alex Inc. didn't work, and so now he's trying to steal our thunder.
Yep, I agree.
Hey, Braff, I ain't got no scrubs.
Mr. Braff. What a funny name.
Scrubs is a love that can get no braff from me.
I guess I'll go right into it. Have you heard of this, Justin? Jack Black and Ice Cube doing a movie together?
I just read about that. Literally just read about it. If you weren't going to mention it, I was, because it's the title of it is just funny alone.
Yes, it's from Columbia Pictures, and the title is Oh Hell No. And it will follow the events when a character named Sherman, played by Jack Black, falls in love with Will, played by Cube. Not Will's mother. I mean, he falls in love with, so it's Jack Black falling in love with Ice Cube's mother, and the movie's called Hell No. Oh Hell No.
I would have loved an LGBTQ movie with Jack Black and Ice Cube falling in love with each other. That would have been awesome.
That would be groundbreaking for Ice Cube. I feel like Jack Black has done that. He's done that before.
Jack Black has played a few gay characters. Yes.
Is he straight in the Polka King?
Yeah, he's straight in the Polka King. His sexuality is ambiguous and Bernie, and he has sex with James Marsden in the D Train.
Oh my god, I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, that's actually kind of a spoiler. It's something that happens out of nowhere. You think it's just a movie about a high school reunion, and then he ends up fucking the coolest guy in school.
Oh wow.
But yeah, no, this one seems interesting.
Have you heard about who the director is?
Yes, the guy that directed Bad Trip and Eric Andre's show.
His name is Kitao. I'm gonna butcher this name.
Yeah. I'm gonna have you do that.
Kitao Sakurai.
Nailed it.
There's a picture of him. Anyway, he's like Justin said, he's directed Bad Trip and Eric Andre's show, and I think those are his big ones. He's a Eric Andre collaborator.
Yeah, supposedly he's directing a bunch of episodes of season 2 of Lil Dicky's new show.
Oh, cool. So far, it's an okay start. I've started watching that. It's all right.
Not gonna lie, dude. When I first started watching the show and it first came out, I was like, nah. But now that I'm like going back into like doing stand up, and I do like a lot of like musical stuff with my shit, and I'm like a satirical rapper kind of, and so like watching the show and seeing the trials and tribulations he has to go through, I'm like, this is relatable. I feel it. There's one episode where he smothers his younger self, his younger self, and that shit hit so fucking hard. Elijah will know, he knew me when I was a kid. I was a fucking little bastard like he was. So that's why I was just like,
that'd be an image there of you doing that. Wow.
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah.
Oh,
I like Kylo Ren says, "Kill the past," or whatever. I don't know I don't forget what he says. You know, all those Star Wars people know what I'm talking about. The writer, I found I at first when I was looking this up, the writers of Oh Hell No, I thought they were a bunch of first-time writers because I looked up their IMDb's and stuff, and they don't have any credits except for Oh Hell No. But I was wrong. It's got 1, 2, 3 writers, but Scott Armstrong is one of the writers. He wrote Road Trip and The Hangover 2. We got Jessica Gao, who wrote the episode of Rick and Morty that involved Pickle Rick. I found out. Tracy Oliver. Oh, there's 4 writers. Tracy Oliver, who wrote Girls Trip, and Rodney Rothman, who wrote Grudge Match, 22 Jump Street, and one of the writers of Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. And he's also doing a 21 Jump Street spinoff. So there's a lot of voices on this one, which can that's always kind of nerve-wracking. I don't know why you need 4 writers on one movie.
Yeah. But, I mean, for comedies, I guess it's
they probably have a couple of them on set just to help rewrite.
Yeah, like punch up writers.
So, yeah.
This is a very interesting group of people, though. Jack Black, Ice Cube, director of Bad Trip, writer of The Hangover Part 2.
I wonder why they chose him as the director. I wonder if they're going to do some integration of reality. Like, I feel like that would be interesting, but also Ice Cube and Jack Black kind of stand out a lot. And I feel like,
I was just going to say, like,
they're not incognito enough.
It's probably going to be like what like Larry Charles did when he did Borat, and then he started directing like actual movies. Same thing with Jeff Tremaine.
What did he do after that? What did he do after Borat?
He did this one weird Nicolas Cage movie called what's that movie called? Oh, I'm gonna have to look it up now.
Interesting. This movie's supposed to come out on June 17th, 2022, so it already has a release date.
Oh, that's always fun. You and I love that.
Deadlines. Just put stress on the whole
production. The movie hasn't even started shooting yet, huh?
No, they just get
that. Elijah and I love it when movies do that. Love it.
Just sometimes you can see the stress on the movie when it's like that, unless it gets pushed. But they're really confident or they're just it's hard. The industry is strange.
Yeah.
Here's your homework assignment. Now turn in your best project, but you only have this amount of time.
Yeah.
Don't take your time.
Here's $20 million. Don't fuck it up.
Yeah.
Or else we're gonna blame it all on you.
Yeah, and get blacklisted and never work again.
Yeah, no, that's terrifying. I mean, like at least he has a good like Jack Black and Ice Cube is a very interesting pair. But we've known like Ice Cube is one of those actors, kind of the same thing with Jack Black, but mostly Ice Cube. Ice Cube can have chemistry with fucking anybody. He's really good at
he's the straight man who's just like he's like no bullshit thing. Yeah, I
loved him, and like I know the movie wasn't critically acclaimed, but I loved him in Fist Fight.
That's what I was gonna bring up.
Charlie Day.
I feel like I hope it doesn't go under the radar like Fist Fight, because those two. I never saw that one, unfortunately, but it's like I feel like that's one of those movies that people are gonna forget in like 10 years and be like, but the people who do like it are like, what? You didn't see Fist Fight? But I don't know. I think I just got a bad taste in my mouth from comedies because of Ride Along.
Yeah, Ride Along is awful. Ice Cube's done a lot of bad movies.
Yeah, he's in a lot more movies than people think.
Oh yeah, no, he's done a lot of bad movies. I mean, like he was in Triple X too, State of the Union.
State of the Union, and the one where they brought him back. He made a cameo.
We don't talk about that one. But hey, he's hysterical in 21 Jump Street and 22 Jump Street. He is one of my favorite lines in 22 Jump Street. So when they keep trying to change things, and he literally yells at them across the room. Yells at them, "Oh, what the fuck are you doing? Just do the same thing you did the first time.
Yeah, just such a metaphor of people saying not liking sequels. Like, what are you doing? Just do the same thing. I like, yeah, his character was the voice of the audience. I feel, or like the voice of, yeah. That was really good.
I love him in that though, and I also love Friday. Love me some Friday. But yeah, Ice Cube hasn't really, like, his son has a better career right now than he does.
His son started off, I think, better too. I mean, he started by playing Ice Cube, which was awesome. Playing his dad, which would be really cool actually, if like in retrospect. But yeah, he's coming out with a really good career. I think he's going to be in the Star Wars Kenobi series, which is going to be cool. So he's joining the Star Wars universe. Ice Cube's son. What's his name again?
O'Shea Jackson Jr. Yeah, O'Shea Jackson is Ice Cube's real name.
Oh wow. Okay. So wow, he's just another him.
Yeah. Literally, quite literally.
They look I like father like son of that. They do. It's pretty sweet actually. I'd like to see them do a movie together.
Yeah, no, it's very rare you see a kid play their dad and it working. We'll see if it works again with
the
Soprano. Yeah.
That one I'm gonna try to watch The Sopranos before all that comes out, but that comes out in like September or August or something, and it's like that's a lot of television to go through. But I'm gonna try to do it. I'm gonna try to watch The Sopranos because I hear good things. I don't want to watch The Wire. I'm gonna lean toward the Sopranos route because I feel I hear that those are the top tier TV shows.
Yeah, my dad was obsessed with Sopranos. I still remember the day when the finale happened, and he blamed me and my brother for breaking the DVR. And we're like, we didn't do shit. And he found out that's how it ended. Episode? Yeah, because you know how it ends, right? It just ends.
Kind of, yeah, ambiguous, kind of, but yeah.
Yeah, it literally it seems like your TV just like turned off.
Yeah,
and like it holds for a little bit too, so it gives it just enough time. Like it holds for like 30 seconds. So of that 30 seconds, everyone in America, literally everyone, not even holding their breaths, freaking the fuck out, calling cable services until the credits pop up. Until then, that's when everyone's like, no.
I'm excited to experience it and have that. Like, I know that's coming, but it's like it's gonna have a different weight once I know the characters, I feel like. So I'm excited for that.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But yeah, I hope this is a good comedy that doesn't go under the rug, because Jack Black, I haven't seen in a while. He's going to be in a new Borderlands, but I don't think he's actually in that because it's just his voice. But they're almost done shooting that Borderlands movie. And apparently Kevin Hart is super, super excited about his role and being broken as a typecast type of person, where he's like, I'm taking this seriously. I've been training with the military, or I've been training with Marines for this role. He plays this guy named Roland, but he posted some pictures.
Yeah, I was going to watch his new movie.
It just came out, right? Fatherhood?
Yeah, I watched the trailer and I was like, oh, he's being serious.
He's being serious. It's like, all right, Kevin. Oh, you're serious. Sorry. You're talking really loud.
You're being legit right now. Yeah. Just like 2 years ago, you were talking really, really loudly.
Kind of zoned out.
Yeah, no, I'm looking at Jack Black stuff, and yeah, he hasn't done the last like comedy he did was that movie, The D Train, or The Polka King, I guess. But that one was more of a drama.
Those ones went under the radar because Netflix got them pretty quick after they were released.
True. So his last like actual like live action big studio comedy was Gulliver's Travels. Damn.
Oh wow.
That's 2010, dude.
I think Emily Blunt said that was like one of the worst movies she ever made.
Well, I mean, if you watch it,
I mean, is she wrong? But
he also did The Big Year. I forgot about that one. The Big Year was actually,
we talked about that one.
The Big Year was his last official big live action studio movie, and then he went on to do.
Well, he did The House with the Clock in Its Walls, which was Eli Roth.
But that's not
collaborating with him again.
I'm more talking about. Was more looking at like comedies,
like Jack Black movies.
Yeah, and that's why I think The Big Year doesn't even really count, because The Big Year is pretty subtle for him. That's why I went straight to Gulliver's Travels, because his last year of doing like those comedies wasn't a good one. It was year one.
Oh yeah,
Gulliver's
but
Travels.
he's in Jumanji. What am I? Yeah, that's the biggest
Yeah,
mainstream.
but
But like when we
that's
actually see Jack Black,
that's
yeah, this is probably gonna be more him.
yeah,
I hope
yeah.
this has to be
And
rated R. I hope it's rated R and we get to see Jack Black's cuss again because it's been so long.
yeah. I don't think I've ever. Has he ever said fuck?
Does he cuss? I don't remember actually.
I'm just kidding. No, dude, he's in Tenacious D. Of course he does.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. But
Okay.
no, I mean, like, yeah, he hasn't in a long time though. He was in this movie. He was in it briefly, but don't worry, he won't get far on foot.
I wanted to see that.
He is like, he's only in it for a brief second, but goddamn, him and who like that's why, like, I think Jack Black and Ice Cube.
He's hardly in it because he's on the cover. He's
only in it for like maybe like
really
10
marketing
minutes.
it with him.
Yeah. Yeah, he was only in it for like 10 minutes or something. But the chemistry that he had with Joaquin Phoenix for that short amount of time was incredible. And that's why I was saying for the Ice Cube thing, like both of them, they managed to like get like genuine chemistry from people, especially in comedies, or like, Don't Worry is definitely not a comedy, but the parts that they have with each other are him and Joaquin Phoenix are very funny. Nice. Hey dude, let's not forget about Goosebumps too.
Oh yeah, there's two of them. Is he in the sequel or is he only in the first one?
Yeah, he's in the sequel too.
I didn't see the sequel. I thought the first one was average. Like I wasn't disappointed, but I was like, eh.
I was not happy with Goosebumps.
Mm-hmm.
I did not like I hated Jack Black in that. Like that was I remember I saw the movie in the theater with my buddy and my girlfriend at the time, and we all were just like, dude, Jack Black is fucking terrible in this. Like, could he ever act? And then he did Polka King. They did Polka King shortly after, and it was like, oh, okay, yeah, no, never mind. He still has something.
Mm-hmm.
I do like him. I did like him in The House of the Clock, and it's the House of the Clock.
I thought that movie was I thought that was all right. I think it's good I think it's a good stimulating children's movie. Like it's visually pleasing and the story's kind of fun.
Yeah. And yet another one too, where he has chemistry with a strange person. He has great chemistry with Cate Blanchett.
Yeah.
So, it could be good.
Yeah. That's what I think a lot of good comedians have that ability of just like, it's kind of like it's riffing. It's like listening and executing. When I think Jack Black is a good listener, that's a big part of it.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's a good thing about him. He's a comedic actor who's he has more acting sensibilities than comedic. If that makes sense. He doesn't want to like steal the show. He's really good being in
he wants to make the scene better. Yeah.
He does it for the movie. Unless you talk about Gulliver's Travels.
Jack Black is speaking of him, he is in a Richard Linklater project. I stumbled across this one. It's called Apollo 10.5, a space age adventure. What else has Richard Linklater done? He made
Dazed and Confused, Waking Life, Scanner Darkly, Slacker, School of Rock.
Oh yeah, it's a School of Rock reunion then with Jack Black and him.
Yeah. Boyhood.
Boyhood.
Dude, like the list goes on. He's the greatest. He's my favorite director.
Nice.
One of my favorite directors.
Yeah, this next project is going to be a Netflix film, but it's going to be animated like Waking Life and A Scanner Darkly, he said, with the same technology. So it's like real people are performing, but they just animate over their performances and stuff. So that's interesting. The film takes place during the 1969 Apollo 11 moon landing and will explore children on Earth's fantasies about the event. So it's going to be really interesting visually, I feel like. And it has Glenn Powell, Jack Black, and your favorite, Zachary Levi. So far.
Yeah, it's going to be set in Texas too, which is just so Linklater. He
usually writes really personal things, like really, like you can tell that he knows what he's writing about, sort of thing.
Oh yeah, no, that's what I love about him is that like especially like when you look at movies like he did Fast Food Nation, and then the following year he did School of Rock, and during all of that he was making Boyhood. So if that doesn't make you automatically be like, wow, that's a true director right there.
Yeah.
That's balancing so many different tones with huge casts, with big budgets, and and he fucking nailed it. Those movies are really good.
I think we were talking about it
one of the
a
best.
couple weeks ago or a couple episodes ago. Like, isn't he doing another one of those 20-year projects?
Yeah, and
that's what it sounded like.
Yeah,
like
it's a musical adaptation, Merrily All Around or something like that.
Oh yeah, Merrily We Roll Along. Yeah.
Yes, and that one I'm not sure about, because the good thing about Boyhood was that
no one knew he was doing it.
Yeah, no one knew about it until it was going to Sundance, and then I mean, it was talked about, but it seemed impossible. So him just announcing like, oh, I'm gonna film this over 20 years. It's kind of like,
well, how long have you been doing it? A year and a half. Well, fuck you.
Yeah, exactly.
Say that now.
Yeah. Don't you should not announce stuff like that if it's gonna take you 20 goddamn years, buddy.
Did you hear that John Malkovich? Did you remember hearing about John Malkovich and Robert Rodriguez made a movie that's not going to be released for another 100 years?
100 years?
Yeah, literally 100 years.
Actual 100?
Yeah, they made a movie.
What?
And it was for this whiskey or something. It was for this alcohol, and they made like an experimental film, and they locked it in a vault, and they're like, we're not allowed to open this, or no one's allowed to see this movie for 100 years. And it literally has a vault that's going to unlock in 100 years. And that was like probably 8 years ago or something. It's called, like, I think you can look it up, but it's really bizarre that they would do that.
I'm seeing it right now. What the
yeah, this was like a publicity stunt for
balls.
It's for an alcohol, isn't it? It's for like
it's written by John Malkovich too.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Dude, it's written by John Malkovich.
It's weird. It's a weird idea.
It's apparently a short film. Rodriguez has stated in a 2019 interview, I was making several short films for them, and I finished that one first. We shot that one first. Okay. I thought that was going to be a commercial or something. And I showed the movie and they said, yeah, that's great. That's great. That's the one we lock away. And I said, what? That's the one you lock away. What about the other one? The future? No, that's the commercial. The one I was most attached to was the one they locked away.
Yeah.
Wow.
Isn't that weird?
That's kind of fucked up.
Yeah. No one gets to see it for 100 years. No one's going to be alive when they see it.
It's not going to come out until November 18th, 2115.
It's so weird.
And the plot is closely held secret, which is not expected to be revealed with the film itself is released in November 2115. However, teaser suggests it will either be sci-fi themed, nature themed, or retro themed, or will involve a hero, a heroine, and a male villain. So no one knows anything. Everyone's just kind of just guessing. It might be a romance. Dude, and the music is composed by Pharrell Williams. What the fuck? Dude,
really?
Dude, why do people do this to us?
Why do they do that?
That is so messed up, because now I want to see this. Now I'm gonna guess what I'm gonna do this entire podcast. I'm gonna see if I can try to find some clips. I'm still listening. I'm great at multitasking, but like this is now what the
this is now an investigative podcast.
I don't even remember what topic we were on, Elijah. I now only care about there is a teaser.
Yeah, there is a teaser, but it's
hold on. I gotta watch this really quick. I'm now so invested.
Weird. It's very weird. I was really blown away when it came out. I was like, what the? Why would they? Huh? I'm pretty sure it's narrated by John Malkovich, right?
Oh yeah, dude. No, this is bullshit. This is such a publicity stunt.
It was a huge publicity stunt, but like, it's for alcohol, right? It's for a drink. I think it was for a drink.
Yeah, it's for a whiskey.
Is John Malkovich a nice guy? You think? I really don't know anymore.
Yeah, no, that seems like it's definitely a publicity stunt. But hey, we'll never know. Like, we will never know.
Yeah,
that's the craziest part. We will.
I think the only person who will know is Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk, because they're gonna invent immortality and save it for themselves.
Well, they're just robots too.
Oh yeah, that's real people. True. You're right.
Yeah,
so
you're right.
Speaking, on that note, we're gonna. I don't know how to transition from that. 100 years from now, we're getting a biopic coming out that was announced. Bernie Mac is getting a biopic from John Legend. He's producing it with the estate of Bernie Mac. approving it. They want this story to be told, which I think is very. I love Bernie Mac. I grew up watching the Bernie Mac show off and on, and it. And the last time I saw him, I think was Transformers, right? Transformers 1.
Yeah, he was in the first Transformers. He was the guy that sold the car.
That's insane. That's a big role, and I liked him. I like him a lot, and I miss him a lot because he's great. He was one of the original people in what was that stand-up series called that he was in?
The original Kings of Comedy.
Yeah, with a bunch of other really famous comedians like Steve Harvey, Cedric the Entertainer.
Yeah, Steve Harvey, Cedric the Entertainer, and D.L. Healy.
Yeah, so I think this would be a very good. This is gonna. I think that, if this story is right, I'm interested to see what everything was kind of like for him. I mean, the Bernie Mac show was already loosely based on his life.
That's what I was just gonna say.
And stuff, but I feel like that's like a sitcom, like watered down version. I feel like they could really give it some more substance with actually being a film. And I guess I had never seen Soul Men, but I guess John Legend was one of the people in that movie along with Bernie Mac. So it's more of a personal thing for
Samuel Jackson was there too.
Oh yeah, and he had the longer hair, huh?
Yeah, that movie's actually surprisingly really funny. I wasn't expecting it to be anything, but it actually it made me laugh. I haven't seen it in a while, but
speaking of
dude, he's been in great movies. I'm looking at he's been in some funny ass movies. I totally forgot he was in Head of State, dude. Head of State is so fucking funny. And when he gets off the train, he just smacks everybody. That's I love that movie. I love it.
Bernie Mac is wait. What was I gonna say? Oh, speaking of Samuel Jackson, that's what I was gonna say. Is there a role that you were like, this is Samuel Jackson? Have you ever seen him in a movie where like that's Samuel Jackson? Because I feel like I mean, last episode, I'll say, we talked about John Hamm being just a face. I feel like Samuel Jackson is just a face now.
Yeah, I could. The only movie I can think of where he didn't really look like himself, 2 movies, but he sounds like himself, of course, because he can't get rid of that voice.
I mean,
Black Snake Moan.
Oh yeah,
and Django Unchained. Those are like the only 2 movies, especially Django Unchained. I remember when I saw him,
put a lot more.
I was like, "Who the fuck is that?"
Yeah,
I was like, "Who the hell is that?" Until he started talking, I was like,
that like I saw a Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard, which is the sequel to the Hitman's Bodyguard.
I liked that movie.
I didn't remember the first one. I was like, what is this? I don't remember what happened in the first one. And they have like a little recap. And I guess Gary Oldman was the bad guy in the first one. And I forgot. And I was like, oh, okay. Because they have like a half-second clip just to recap. And this movie, the sequel was so bizarre. And I love Salma Hayek a lot, but she's so aggressive in this movie. Everyone's so aggressive in this movie. And it's like, it's one of those movies that you're like, on paper, it's really hilarious and it's probably a lot of fun picturing it. But it's just there's a lot of moments that stuck out, and I think I'll remember this one more than the first one. But it was one of the first times where I was like, this was unnecessary. Like, I don't know where this came from. I didn't know the first one was that successful, I guess. And
the first one made me laugh a lot. Like, I actually like.
I laughed a lot at this one.
This is something that Patrick and I watched, and we were both just like. Dude, I laughed a lot at the trailer. I mean, like, I'm not a fan. I hate the posters. I hate posters like that where it's just total. It's just it just looks like shit. And but the title makes me laugh, and the trailer made me laugh. And I do like Ryan Reynolds and Salma Hayek and isn't Antonio Banderas in it too? Yeah,
it made me miss Antonio Banderas. I was like, why haven't I seen him in like anywhere? And I wish it was one of a better.
Dude, he was nominated for an Oscar last year. Or this year.
Last year? Oh yeah. Yeah.
Wait, was it this year?
Wait, not this year. No. Was it an Oscar?
Yeah. Yeah, he was nominated for some Pain and Glory.
Oh, that's one I never saw. That was a limited release. I never saw.
Glory.
But yeah, we're gonna get him in Puss in Boots too. So he's coming back. But I'm excited to see his Bernie Mac biopic. His daughter came out in an interview and has 2 actors in mind for Bernie Mac. There's one, his name's Aldous Hodge. He's from Hidden Figures, What Men Want, and One Night in Miami. And he's also going to play Hawkman in Black Adam, I believe. His daughter said that he would be a very good contender for a more modern take on Bernie Mac. But there's also this, I guess, viral
Direct.
or no, to star in as a younger version. But and then there's also this other comedian, I guess, that she said would be very good. He's from he's just like an internet star. His name is, what is his name? Mark Phillips. He's a comedian online, and he does a lot of impressions and stuff. And he said that would be a very good, like, younger version of him, which I think would be cool to have a more viral star, a lesser known actor do it.
Yeah, no, I think that's a better route to go on.
Mm-hmm. And if you look him up, I think he is pretty funny. He does a lot of impressions. I would suggest looking him up, but I would love to see a very successful Bernie Mac story, because I think the man himself was a real beautiful soul, which I don't say that often, because he was one of those people who, when he passed away, which was a long time ago, I realize now, but that was one of the ones where I was like, no way. How does that happen?
Yeah, no, that one hurt.
Yeah,
I loved him. I just looking at his filmography. I'm like, dude, I tell you, he's hysterical in Friday too. He plays the pastor that fucks the Tony Cox's wife, and he's funny, man.
He was in a movie.
I totally Mr. 3000 is something that I've always seen the poster for it, and I remember seeing that in the drive-in.
Yeah,
but I've never actually like sat down to watch it.
I didn't soak it in. Yeah.
That's the only movie. That's the only movie he's like headlined.
Yeah, that was like his big, like one of his big forefront ones. Yeah. I
mean, like he's still like Guess Who and Soulman.
That's what I was gonna bring up.
Mr. 3000 was the only one. I was like,
and I remember him in Oceans, and
that one was pretty funny.
But speaking of, he did that movie with Ashton Kutcher, which you said, which was Guess Who. Yeah, that's basically a play on Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, right? Like the But that's
but instead of
it was an adaptation.
Black man bringing white ladies, black lady bringing black or white dude.
Yeah, and I think they're doing that again, because that's a pretty good transition to this. We're getting another version of that. Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, and it's gonna be Jonah Hill and Kenyon Barris are making it together. Yeah, it's gonna be. It's
gonna be. What's it? What to explain?
So it's gonna be. It's coming to Netflix, and Kenyon Barris and Jonah Hill are writing it together. If you don't know, Kenyon Barris is the guy who's making all those ish shows on ABC, Blackish, Mixedish, Oldish.
Way too many ishes, honestly.
It's very ishy. But they're making it together. It says the plot details are being kept under wrap, but it's a modern look at the themes that tackled Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, the 1967 classic. And it's probably just going to be that with Jonah Hill. Maybe I don't see.
I bet instead of a race, it's probably going to be like a mixture of race, and it's probably going to be more LGBT.
Okay, maybe, yeah. I feel like it might star Jonah Hill, but maybe they're just writing it. Jonah Hill's the star too, so.
Yeah, I think that they might try to go that route, because what could they do now? They already did the flip. And I mean, like, now that I'm thinking about it, we did already get that with Happiest Season with Kristen Stewart, kind of.
Oh yeah, that was the movie. Yeah, that was a pretty good movie that I was like, oh, this does it right. I feel like it's like.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of the ending.
I don't remember the ending,
but I did. Yeah, that's probably for the best, because the ending is kind of bullshit. But yeah, I mean, I love Jonah Hill. He's been kind of pretentious. Not gonna lie.
Really?
I think he's been kind of pretentious, just a little bit. like
From
he was
what? From his
just
from mid
being
'90s and stuff, or
no, not mid 90s. Just some of the interviews that he does. I just
oh,
think that he just kind of gives off kind of a weird vibe. And
mm,
I remember Seth Rogen talking about something about Jonah Hill. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it's the reason why they made fun of him so much. And this is the end for
oh, because he was just so nice, or like he's always like there's
not
some
because he was so nice. He was just always just like bragging about his like
oh,
hanging out with Leonardo DiCaprio and Brad Pitt
hmm
and all this shit. But
I mean, wouldn't you?
possibly.
Maybe. That's funny. Yeah, I like you said, I don't know how they can update it much. I mean, I guess the themes of that are still prevalent because of everything that's going on, but I get, yeah, like you said, the only like the next step that they would have to do is something like that where they make it more open to what it all is. But yeah, like I like the team behind. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of Kenyon Barris, but
I'm not either. I'm not
I'm
either.
just not
But I mean, like
familiar
that's the only
really.
thing I
But
could think of that could be like a cool twist. Because I mean, like what guess who's coming to dinner is like they're not expressing to their parents because they're scared of who their partner is. So I think the only logical step would be like, oh, I'm gonna bring my partner, and then it
mhm.
ends up being
And maybe it's a
they're
polygamy,
gay.
like
That's the only
maybe
thing
it's like
I can
a
really think of. But
maybe it's like a thing
ooh,
where they have
polyamorous type thing,
yeah, that's what I was trying to think of.
multiple partners.
Maybe
Interesting,
something like that,
interesting.
but I've
Yeah,
never
it could
I
go,
don't
could
know.
go.
I do not
I'm
know.
looking at Jonah Hill's filmography right now, and he has not he
Done
hasn't been
much
doing
lately.
much, huh?
He's writing his next feature film, and I know he's more inclined to produce and direct things like that. Like I don't think he wants to be as much of an actor right now. I think he wants to move into writing and producing and directing his own
Uh,
stuff, which I know he is. Yeah, he's about to start work on his second feature film that to direct and write.
dude,
I believe he
I
finished the
totally
script.
I always forget that he wrote and produced the 21 Jump Street movies.
Mhm.
I
Yeah,
respect him. I love him. Dude, he
yeah.
also did the story for Why Him?
Yeah, that's yeah. There's a couple of those where he's just came up with the story, and I feel like it's because he was in a conversation with someone. And they're like, yeah, well, we'll write that.
He's also a
So
producer for Why Him. What the fuck? That's
yeah,
random.
yeah, yeah. I like Jonah Hill a lot, and I like his choices
Yeah,
in
no, I
most
like him
aspects.
too. I like him too. Like the only thing I was saying before is that like it just seems like he has such a and like it could be because he's been doing this for so long that he just
Mhm,
doesn't really have the patience for certain things anymore.
mhm.
But mostly when he was doing the mid 90s run and he was like doing like some like certain interviews, it just seemed like oh no, he was just like giving off his vibe. I was like, you seem like an asshole. Seem like
Yeah,
you're like kind of being an
I could see
asshole right
that.
now.
I could see that. Yeah,
But that's more personal. I mean, like I just think that
it's
that's just
personal between me and him. All right, let's
yeah.
leave it at that. He knows what he did.
He knows.
Uh,
I'm just gonna
um,
shut up.
I want to talk about these two TV series that are coming to TV. One's coming to Peacock. Peacock, that I guess, oh yeah, that's NBC streaming
NBC.
service. We're getting a MacGruber TV show. Finally, it was supposed to be a sequel, then it got stuck in development hell, but Will Forte was like, I still want to make my
Mm-hmm.
MacGruber, and then they gave him they're like, well, you can make it a TV show then when we'll do that. And so like MacGruber is from 2010, the movie, and that
Yep.
movie's insane.
I
Um
love it.
Val Kilmer's the bad guy. It's got Kristen
Mm-hmm.
Wiig and Ryan. What's his name? Philippi?
Ryan
Philippi?
Phillippe.
Ryan Philippi.
I like yours more.
It's got two P's. I mean, you gotta pronounce both P's. Philippi. They're
You're
returning
ridiculous.
too. Forte, Wig, and Philip are returning, which is
Yeah,
gonna be
did you know
good.
it was supposed to be a it was supposed to be
I
a
can tell how
Quibi.
excited you are.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was attached to Quibi at one point. Oh my
Yeah.
god, Quibi.
Dude, I
Uh,
know that shit came and went.
mm,
I love it. I love MacGruber so much. Like that movie.
MacGruber. They
Yeah.
all just die. That for those who don't know, it's an SNL skit that was created. I think it was created by Will Forte. If
Oh
not,
yeah,
he's the
Will
titular
Forte
character.
and Yorma Takoon.
Oh, really? Yorma wrote it with
Yeah.
him? That's
Well, he
sick. He's
directed.
from
Jorma
Lonely
Tacune
Island.
directed MacGruber.
I did not. I forget. I must have.
Huh?
That's cool. I like
Huh?
that. That's very
Huh?
cool. It's a Lonely Island project. That's like
Yeah,
produced
well,
by
that's why
Barris.
it's so good. That's why it's so out there and weird.
That's awesome.
And that's why those movies, like that movie and Hot Rod, I'll let you continue explain.
We got some bigger actors that are attached. We got Mickey Rourke, who's going to be the mysterious
What?
villain. Yeah, Mickey
What?
Rourke signed on to this. He's going to play a character named Brigadier Commander Enos Queeth. Queeth. His name's Queeth. Oh my God. That's
Well,
that's gotta be a lot of jokes.
Val Kilmer's name and MacGruber was LeConte.
I
So
forgot. So yeah, they're okay.
that
And
is
Lawrence
so good
Fishburne.
though.
Lawrence Fishburne has signed on too.
Oh my god.
And Sam Elliott, the mustache Sam Elliott.
Oh my
They got the name for
god.
Fishburne. His name's General Barrett Fasus. Okay. And then let's see if they have one for. I feel like, what's his name? Sam Elliott's gonna play MacGruber's dad or something. Did they
That's
have
what I was
MacGruber's
just gonna
dad?
say.
I don't think they
That's what I was
did.
just gonna say.
I
No,
think he might be.
That would be awesome.
It
Dude,
looks
oh
like
my god,
the
man.
series has 8 episodes.
Commander Queeth. That is
I can't believe
so
Mickey Rourke agreed to do that. He was talking shit about his Marvel movie, Iron Man 2. He just talked shit about it.
yeah, it's your
Afterward.
fault, Mickey Rourke. You're such a weirdo.
It's your
Dude, no,
fault.
that's what's so great about this and the first MacGruber, because Val Kilmer was the same way. Like everyone, like he was not working. He was a
Yeah.
huge asshole, and
Yeah.
then he brought him on. He was like, "Hey, you want to be a villain?"
And he did it well. I think he played. I
love him. Love him in that. Val Kilmer.
I have a very interesting perspective of Val Kilmer because when I was in I don't know if I think I told you that, but when I was in high school, my communications teacher, he was an actor at first, and he was like, he's a very interesting guy. I don't want to say his name publicly, but he like would do he did a lot of coke when he was younger, and he was also in like Friends and stuff, and like you could tell that he was that type of person because he would like on like our appreciation week or something, like we would have like a week of like events of like pajama day and all this stuff, and there was like 70s day, and he just for a whole day of school he just stood in our staircase and looked all hippie and said a sign and just had a sign that said like all love no war, and he didn't say a word to anyone. He just stood in the staircase and was like this the whole time in every passing period, and no, he didn't say anything. And it's like he's committed to like the things that he does. But he's like best friends with Val Kilmer, and he's like touring with Val Kilmer right now because Val Kilmer he had throat cancer, and then he had surgery on his throat, and now he can't really talk at all. So my teacher is his voice for interviews and stuff, and like he's the one who like actually speaks when Val Kilmer can't anymore, and he like goes
I
everywhere
wonder
with
if
him.
he was in that last movie that Val Kilmer did then, because there's some movie that Val Kilmer did.
The birthday cake.
Yeah, and they had to use someone's voice.
Oh, I don't think they used his voice, but he's only a personal. They don't hire him for the projects. He's like there's this movie coming out called The Birthday Cake where Val Kilmer plays a mob boss, and I think they're just gonna not have him talk at all in the movie because he can't really talk. I know A24 just announced that they're doing actually a documentary on Val Kilmer called Val, and the A24 just picked it up, which is very interesting. I saw it, my communications teacher talk about that, but it's very interesting the career that Val Kilmer is going in now because he can't talk, but he's still working, which is interesting. And he's also in Top Gun 2 still. Like he's probably just going to be in a flashback, and I think he's going to die in a plane crash right away.
Yeah, probably.
Like a jet accident. But yeah, it's very, very interesting.
Yeah, no, he's had a fucking wacky tobacco career.
Yeah.
This movie, The Birthday Cake, seems interesting.
Yeah, the trailer came out.
McGregor.
It seems lower budget, and like they spent it all on the cast because the production seems pretty good, but I feel like it could flop a lot too. But I saw the trailer and I am interested in seeing it still, and especially to see how they use Val Kilmer. But yeah, that's my little sidebar. And Val Kilmer came to my high school and was like, "What's up, guys? I know this guy." And it was like, and then he like proved to everyone, like everyone was like, to the communications teacher that are like, you're just name dropping, you're lying. But now he's like right next to Val Kilmer like all the time, and he's like, it's pretty interesting actually. But yeah, MacGruber, that's what we're getting.
Awesome.
And
dude, no, so I was just gonna say, so here's something about MacGruber really quick about the TV show. So according to Jorma Takoon, the production crew invited Christopher Nolan to the table read of the pilot, who gave positive remarks, which Takoon said was an amazing way to start the read through. So Christopher Nolan sat through, yeah,
that's awesome.
Christopher Nolan sat through the table read of the pilot of MacGruber.
Yeah, I feel like that'd be a cool, like Christopher Nolan gets to see all the movies and shit before. They're like, because he helped with Zack Snyder's Batman too. He helped that get made. So I said we're gonna say 2 TV series. We're getting a Ted TV series from Seth MacFarlane, also coming to Peacock. And is Mark Wahlberg going to be in this? For those who don't know, it was a movie, 2 movies with Mark Wahlberg, and it follows a bear who comes to life, which the first one I thought was good. Second one, they really stretched their ideas thin and kind of went in a weird direction. But what do you think this TV show of Ted would be? How could this work?
Well, first, it's not going to be good.
Well, first, it's not going to.
Seth MacFarlane's such a fucking dude.
He's a fucking dude.
Yeah, he's a fucking dude. Seth MacFarlane's he's like not even hit or miss. Like, some of the things he does is funny. He nailed it with Ted, even though Ted had some weird moments in it. The first Ted was pretty good.
Yeah.
But my God, where Family Guy's gone, and where Ted 2 went, and A Million Ways to Die in the West.
A Million Ways to Die in the West was so disappointing. I didn't watch the Orville really.
The Orville isn't too bad. Orville isn't too bad. It's actually a step in the right direction, but it's still a fucking copy of Star Trek, like verbatim.
Yeah.
But a Ted TV show, like, it seems like he does not have any original ideas. Like, he's honestly a bad writer. He's not a good writer, because all of his ideas are stolen. Like, all of his songs that he's ever done. Like, when I was a kid, I would watch Family Guy, and I thought Shapoopy, which he does when Peter becomes a player for the Patriots with Tom Brady or Peyton, whatever the fuck, who cares? And
one of those guys.
Yeah, one of those guys. And they sing Shapoopy, and I thought that it was a Family Guy song for the longest time until I found out it was from the Music Man. And Seth MacFarlane, he has a great voice and everything. Great singing voice. And I no doubt that he is a talented guy, but he is not a good writer, and he's a bad director too.
Yeah, he's only got a couple character voices where it's like, oh yeah, he's a real cartoonist voice actor, but it's like he's got like 3 voices that he uses, and he just uses them over and over again. Like, he doesn't do it in the way of like Trey Parker and Matt Stone, where it's like obviously it's the same person doing multiple roles as a joke. He's like actually trying to like make, like, Ted sounds like Peter Griffin. It's like, it's just a little bit more, or is it Peter? No, not Peter. He sounds like Brian. Like, they sound like exactly the same.
No, he sounds
it's
like
just
Peter.
his voice. I think. Yeah. And it just doesn't work. I remember the first time where I was like, they used his voice outside of a project like that was Hellboy 2, I believe, with Ron Perlman. He plays like that smoke creature with his head, and it's only his voice. And that's where I was like, okay, maybe he can do roles like this more and not and leave all that behind. And he didn't. He actually went into that way more afterward, I feel like.
Yeah. Well, he tries to do some acting. He was in that one Russell Crowe Showtime series where they talk about it's not the best.
Should see what else he's in, Seth.
But that show's about the guy that created Fox News.
Oh, okay, yeah. I think I know.
Yeah, he played like one of the news anchors or one of the producers or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And he was, he got to act against Russell Crowe, so that's kind of cool. But he hasn't done. He has not done anything to me that's like, Ted is the only thing where I was like, this is cool. Like, this is actually pretty damn funny.
He's in Logan Lucky. What does he do in that? I've never seen that one.
Lucky. What's that one again?
That's I think it's Steven Soderbergh, Channing Tatum, and Daniel Craig.
Oh yeah.
He's in there?
He's actually kind of funny in that. He plays a NASCAR driver.
Nice.
Yeah, he was a NASCAR driver, and he had like a terrible British accent, and
Oh,
nobody
really?
knew. Yeah, nobody knows if Seth MacFarlane, if it was like serious or if he was just fucking around. It sounds like a Family Guy character in a Steven Soderbergh movie. I totally forgot he was in that.
Yeah, I didn't even know he was in that. I feel like I want to see, I mean, yeah, like you said, his stuff is not very good anymore. And I think he needs to end that stuff and start to go and be directed by people kind of like what Adam Sandler is doing now, where he's working with other people outside of himself. And I think Seth MacFarlane needs to do that, not because I've seen him do well in that, but because I think it's possible for him to break that. He's just so attached to the things that he's doing. Like everything, if you look at his IMDb or anything, it's all just animated stuff, and it's not working. And I feel like anymore.
Well, yeah, I think that I don't know, man. I don't
Because
think that
he came out with that
he seems
that animated
so
movie too, the Sing one, where but even then.
yeah, he wasn't Sing. That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
That's because they utilized him in that because he can sing. He is a good singer. He sounds like a good classical singer. So
yeah, no, he was trained by the people that trained Frank Sinatra. So he has that voice.
Wow. Yeah,
that's the thing. I remember my buddy and I, we were watching him sing. Speaking of music, man, we were watching him sing. There's Trouble in River City, which is a good song. Best song, Music Man. And we were watching him sing that. And we're like, dude, why doesn't he fucking just do Broadway? Like, why does he do what Trey Parker and Matt Stone did? And then him and I talked about it more. And we're like, oh, it's because he doesn't have any fucking ideas. He's not a smart writer. He's a smart guy.
Yeah, because everything that he writes about is just about the times.
Well, it's never cohesive too. Like Trey Parker, actually, I'm gonna paraphrase, but I mean, like, he said it the best, where like they don't write a story for episodes. They just write a shit ton of jokes, and that's it. And then they throw it in each episode, or they throw it in a movie, and they just hope that one of them stick. And it doesn't have anything to do with the story. And that's why, like, dude, Family Guy has not aged well at all, at least for me. Oh, he's disappeared. Where'd you go?
I think I broke my chair.
What?
I broke it. I broke my chair.
How'd you break your chair and then your camera turned off?
I literally leaned forward and the whole chair just broke and I fell into my whole thing. I straight up broke it.
Oh my God, Elijah, you're a mess.
Oh my God.
First your coffee exploding. First your coffee exploding, and now your chair breaking.
I wonder what it looks like. I wonder how, because on my screen, I like fell into it and I froze. Oh my God. All right, I got my new chair.
Okay.
All right. What were you saying?
Anyways,
got no ideas.
Seth,
they got ideas.
Seth MacFarlane is I think he's a hack, and I don't think that he's capable of, maybe one day, but
yeah,
who knows? Like from what he's done the past. Oh, I remember what I was gonna say. Family Guy has not aged well. Yeah. Like, I've rewatched early seasons of Family Guy thinking like, oh man, I remember loving this episode. And then I watch it and I'm like, wow, this is like his idea of comedy is just either yelling or just being aggressively mean.
Oh yeah.
And just being aggressively mean-spirited.
Yeah.
Like even the first Ted, like I watched that not too long ago, and it's like, it's crazy how it's just so mean. Everyone's so mean to each other, and they just but that's not saying that some of the things that he says and does isn't funny. Like some of the things that he says and does
some of that works.
It is really funny.
Yeah,
some of it works. Like he does have witty wordplay sometimes, but and like I said, the Orville wasn't too bad. I remember my buddy and I watched that, and we were like, the Orville would have been so great if Seth MacFarlane would stop trying to be funny. Yeah. And like it was just like a legit sci-fi show. Like, because he's actually not bad being a sci-fi. Yeah. And as the show went on, it proved like, okay, this can be. I haven't watched the second season yet, but it proved that, okay, this can live on. Like he actually does kind of have like a good footing here.
Yeah.
But man, like those first few episodes of the Orville where he's like trying to like to do like, because the entire thing he's supposed to be a space commander, but his ex-wife has to be his assistant.
What? Yeah, I remember that.
Oh, dude, and guess what? Her boyfriend's on the ship too.
Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah, no, it does shit like that, but then it stops doing that, and then it just goes to legit like sci-fi. But then, like I said, like I'm praising that, but then again, he steals shit from Star Trek. Like every single other episode that is actually good, you're sitting there being like, wait, this the same fucking thing happened in Star Trek The Next Generation. It's so even when you praise the guy, he's stealing something from somebody. And Ted is like probably the only thing that's kind of original.
He should try to do something like Logan Lucky, where it's like someone else is telling him what to do and what he can't do. Like, I think he could. I mean, he's memorable. That's the thing. He's got the memory. Like, he's got those traits. But I remember when in A Million Dies in the West, that was like one of his first live action roles. And I remember being so disappointed with his acting ability, with his face and his body. It was all in his voice. It's like, it didn't work, I feel like. And I think, he should be on stage and far away where people can't see his expression, but they can hear him. I think he's a pretty flat actor.
Oh yeah, he's a really flat actor. I think that I mean, like like I said, like there's some things that he does that are funny. Like in A Million Ways in the West, it does have like a funny joke that I always say to people, which is whenever they hurt their foot, I'm like, oh, you better cut that thing off or else you're gonna get a mean case of toe foot. Like that makes me that made me laugh. There are certain things in A Million Ways to Die in the West that do make me laugh. But yeah, overall, I think that he's a piece of shit. Just kidding.
You always drop the mic on that stuff. Boom. So those are all the stories I have.
I like the only one that sticks out is
MacGruber.
The only one that sticks out is MacGruber. Yeah. I just like that we're getting closer and closer to the two. I do not. I already have so many streaming services. I literally cannot afford.
There's so many.
Like I have HBO Max, I have Disney Plus, I have Netflix, I have Hulu, I have Amazon Prime, I have Paramount Plus.
You do have Paramount Plus? Wow.
Yeah, I got it.
All right, that was our episode of History of Popcorn. Thanks for listening, guys. We got all the news we got. Subscribe, like, hit those bells. Follow us on all the social medias. Tell us what you're watching, and we'll see you guys next week. Thanks, Justin.
Good. Adios, Elijah.
See you soon. Good luck on your next comedy shows.
Yes, thank you.
All right, talk to you soon, buddy.
Bye.
Peace.
Hold. Hello?
We're stopping and getting a hamburger. Do you want anything?
Nah.
Hello?
Nah.
No?
I'm good.
You're good? Okay.
All right. I'm wrapping up this podcast and then I'll get ready.
All right. Love you.
Love you too.
Bye.
Bye. I'm sorry. I didn't ask if you wanted anything.
That's all right. Just be an asshole about it. That's cool. I'm not even hungry. So.